One of the biggest issues that I see some of the best candidates do time and time again is that most candidates make one fatal mistake. They only read the job descriptions at face value without thinking anything more than just, yep, I can do that. They look at the job description, skim through the requirements, and then they send out generic CVs or reuse old misaligned answers. And that's why they fall flat on their face in interviews. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Charlie, an interview coach with over a decade's experience coaching candidates from all levels to land some of the most competitive roles in the market, from big tech to pharma, finance to government. I teach you how to put together your experiences in sharp to the point stories that check off the interviewer's boxes while working on relieving those nerves and jitters. Right now, you're going to learn how to decode the job descriptions so thoroughly that you'll be able to tailor your stories, structure your language, and position yourself as the exact person the interviewer had in their mind when they wrote that job ad. We'll do this using two contrasting real-world examples: the head of finance role at Oxford University and a business analyst position at Amazon. So, if you want to walk into your interviews feeling 100% aligned and prepared to deliver exactly what they're looking for, stick with me and let's dive in. Here it is. Job descriptions are not just lists, they're narratives. They tell a story of a problem that needs solving and the kind of person the company believes can solve it. When you decode the story, you uncover the mindset they want, the level of ownership expected, the values and culture they're trying to protect and build, and lastly, the language that feels familiar to them. So why is that important? Because interviews aren't about being the most impressive person in general. It's about being the most relevant person for the team at that moment in their journey. Hiring managers don't want to be convinced. They want to feel that they've discovered someone who just fits. And that feeling comes from the language alignment, tone matching, and demonstrated understanding of what's needed, not just vague enthusiasm. So how do we do this? Let's break down how to dissect any job description with surgical precision. Number one, we have action verbs. Verbs are power words. They show how the role behaves. Highlight every verb you see and classify them. In these, we have strategic verbs such as lead, oversee, direct, establish. These mean executive presence. Next, we have builder verbs such as build, create, automate, develop, meaning they're looking for a hands-on technical innovator. Compliance verbs like ensure, comply, monitor, govern. Now they're looking for a detailed, focused, risk-aware candidate. And lastly, analytical verbs such as analyze, retrieve, measure, model. They want a critical thinker. Number two, we have repetition and themes. If a word shows up more than once, then it's not an accident. Compliance mentioned 4 times, that's not a finance role, that's a risk gatekeeper. Automate repeated in every section, it isn't about data entry, it's about innovation and speed. And finally, we have tone and cultural language. The tone reveals the environment. For example, if the tone is formal and cautious, then it's likely to be a structured, high-stakes environment. However, if it's a more fast, upbeat, informal language, then likely the environment would be more of an agile, experimental culture. Here's a quick tip. Print or save the description, highlight the verbs in one color, repeated terms in another, and culture cues in the third. You'll start to see the shape of the candidate that they're after. Let's look at 2 job descriptions to see this in action. Number 1, we have here the head of finance at Oxford University. Take a moment to have a look at the job description and notice the repeated verbs such as lead, ensure, oversee, comply. There are patterns forming, showing a focus on governance, accountability, cross-entity consistency. Therefore, we can predict that the personality that they're looking for is one of a calm, commanding, risk-aware, systems-oriented person. What about the culture of the business to align with a good cultural fit? Most likely, it would be more traditional, structured, and regulation sensitive. They're looking for someone who can command a boardroom, establish financial controls, and represent the university's integrity. Number 2, on the other hand, is a business analyst role at Amazon. Again, take a moment to read the job description and look out for the repeated verbs. Notice build, automate, deep dive, innovate. The patterns you may see are obsession with process improvement, technical tooling and storytelling through data. Therefore, we can confidently predict that they're hoping for a personality that fits a curious, fast-moving, autonomous and analytical nature. The business culture? Agile, high pressure, inventive, iterative, data-driven. The person is a technical builder, a systems optimizer, and someone who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty in data and code. These two roles are polar opposites. If you prepare your answers through the lens for both interviews, you're missing the point entirely. This is where your preparation becomes precision. Let's say Oxford says, establish financial systems across joint ventures. Don't say, I help streamline reporting. Instead, say, I established a multi-entry financial control system that aligns with the university's regulations and reduced the audit exposure by 30%. On the other hand, let's say Amazon says, automate reporting pipelines. Don't say, I ran reports for my team. Say, I built a scalable automation tool in Python that reduced weekly reporting time from 10 hours to under 30 minutes. This enabled to free up the analysts to focus on deeper insights. Use their words, mirror their expectations, and show them that you're already thinking and speaking like someone on their team. Also, don't forget the R in STAR+HR. Add a reflective line after each story. For example, this experience strengthened my ability to lead with financial clarity, a key focus in this role. If you want to know more about my STAR+HR model, then there'll be a link in the description or the comments of this video. Most people prepare answers. Elite candidates also prepare questions that reflect the same level of understanding. Instead of asking generic things at the end of the interview like, what's onboarding like? Try this. How does the university coordinate compliance processes across separate legal entities? Or, how much freedom do analysts have to propose and launch new data tools? Ask with purpose. Your questions are subtle proof that you get what matters to them. This decoding method isn't just for interviews, it also elevates your application too. Let's take a look at a CV or resume entry. We have here improved data systems. Instead, say, improved and streamlined 2 central business intelligence dashboards to support real-time business decision-making across 4 departments. See the difference? The second one mirrors Amazon's values and language. It passes the ATS filters and wins the human attention. A job interview is a sales presentation that understands the pain and needs of the customer, relates to them on a level that resonates, and offers solutions to all of their problems. You can't understand their problems until you put yourself in their shoes, analyze the requirements from the job description, and think hard about the solutions you're about to offer. So there we have it. Read between the lines of the job description. Extract verbs, tones, and themes. Tailor every story to mirror their language and align your mindset, not just your experience. If you got value from this video, take a second right now to click like and subscribe. It's free and helps YouTube, LinkedIn, and TikTok share it to a wider audience while supporting my efforts in bringing you all these videos for free. Also, feel free to drop a comment below with your thoughts on this topic, and if there's something that you would like me to cover, let me know and I'll put a video together to answer your question. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.